Shifting gears a little bit, I know you to be a very principled individual. So if you were to just share with our audience, what are one or two or three key principles that you live your life by?
Well, you have to be disciplined. You've got to be consistent. When you're starting up a company like doTERRA, for example, and it's grown very, very, very quickly, as you might imagine, every day there's fires. Every week, when you have a company that's a multinational company and doing as much business as doTERRA does, every week there is some crisis somewhere. Even in your building, there's always something that is like that. And what people need is they need that calming influence where you're not going to be rattled. You're not going to fly off the handle. You can't even afford to do that every once in a while. Well, you can, I suppose, but it will lessen your ability and your influence and trust. Mm-hmm. It's really all about trust. You hear that word integrity, and that integrity, it's overused. If I hear someone start to speak too much of integrity and use it too much, I become a little leery, a little watchful. It's something you should never have to mention yourself, ever. But it's something that you've got to exude, and you've got to just be disciplined in that way. As a leader, none of us are perfect. We all have weaknesses. We all have fallible, aspects. And yet you have to set a standard, and that can come in a lot of ways. If people know you care about them, that's going to help them oversee a lot of your lacking areas, perhaps. But don't be fearful, and don't respond to fearful people. One of the things I learned years ago that I would say is one of the most helpful principles as you run into just the daily, weekly, yearly problems that are going to happen, some that might even appear to threaten your business from time to time, is avoid the temptation to put your strongest people on your biggest problems, your best people on your biggest problems, because it's a real temptation to do it, because they will solve your problem. Always put your best people on your greatest opportunities, and that's how you're going to grow a billion-dollar company, is by putting your very best people on your best opportunities. Problems always be there, and you'll have to deal with them, you'll have to solve them. But if you consistently can stop yourself from that temptation of taking a known performer that is going to take this heat off your back, which is certainly a relief, and discipline yourself enough to keep that known performer and trusted person on your greatest opportunities, you're going to grow your business. You're going to grow it 10 times faster, and you just deal with the problems in other ways.